Welcome to page 2 of topic 4, multiplying and factoring review. Number 9. Okay, you got a binomial times a binomial. So you're going to take this one times all of it. So you're going to say 7x times 3x minus 4. Then you're going to take the next term plus 4 times all of that. So 3x minus 4. That should look very familiar to you. That should look very similar where you learn how to multiply. So 7x times 3x is 21x squared. 7x times negative 4 is negative 28x. Okay? 4 times 3x is positive 12x. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Combine your like terms. These two are alike. So I'm going to bring down 21x squared. Negative 28 plus 12. So negative 28 plus 12. It's negative 16. X minus 16. And there you have your multiplication. Number 10. Same scenario. This one times all of this. R times 6R minus 6. Negative 4 times all of that. Negative 4 times 6r minus 6. Now let's go ahead and distribute. Multiplication is distribution. R times 6r is 6r squared. There's an understood one here. R times negative 6 is negative 6r. Negative 4 times 6r is negative 24r. Negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24. Combine your like terms. 6r squared. Negative 6r minus 24r is negative 30r plus 24. Okay. Number 11. Another binomial times a binomial. See how there's no plus or minus between them. Okay? So 8x times 2x minus 2. Negative 8 times 2x minus 2. Go ahead and distribute out. 8x times 2x is 16x squared. 8x times 2 is negative 16x. Negative 8 times 2x is negative 16x. Negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. Combine your like terms. 16x squared. Negative 16x minus 16x is negative 32x plus 16. Number 12. This time you have a binomial, 1, 2, times a trinomial, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to take this first one times all of that. So 6v times 2v squared minus 2v minus 7. Take your next one, plus 7 times all of that. 2v squared minus 2v minus 7. And now you're going to distribute. Okay? Parentheses means you multiply. 6v times 2v cubed squared is 12v to the third. 6v times negative 2v is minus 12v squared. 6v times negative 7 is negative 42v. Take your next one. Okay? So 7 times 2v squared is positive 14v squared. 7 times negative 2v is negative 14v. 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. Combine your like terms. That's the only one I see. A square and a square, negative 12v squared plus 14v squared is positive 2v squared. Don't change that when you're adding and subtracting. Negative 42v minus 14v is negative 56v. Negatives and negatives. And then you have negative 49. Highest to lowest. Okay? Number 13. Here we go. Binomial, trinomial. 3 terms. So I'm going to take p times p squared plus 8p plus 7 minus 5 times all of that, p squared plus 8p plus 7. Okay. Distribute. P times p squared is p to the third. P times 8p is positive 8p squared. P times 7 is positive 7p. Negative to 5 times p squared is minus 5p squared. Negative 5 times 8 is positive, not positive, negative 40p. Negative 5 times positive 7 is negative 35. Combine your like terms. PQ. 8p squared minus 5p squared is positive 3p squared. 7p minus 40p is negative 33p. And then you have your negative 35. High to low. 3, 2, 1. There's an understood 1 here. Negative 35. Okay. Number 14. All right. You're going to take 8p times all of that. So 8b times 2b squared plus b minus 1. You're going to take negative 8 times all of this. 2b squared plus b minus 1. Okay. Distribute. 8b times 2b squared is 16b to the third. 8b times b, make it look like a b, is positive 8b squared. Okay. 8b times negative 1 is negative 8b. Negative 8 times 2b squared is minus 16b squared. Negative 8 times b is negative 8b. Negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8. Combine your like terms. I see this one by itself. 8b minus 16b squared is negative 8. I'm sorry, 8b squared minus 16b squared is negative 8b squared. Negative 8b minus 8b is negative 16b plus 8. Now, you guys have learned to multiply. The inverse of multiplication is called factoring. That's a division. Okay, so now we're going to learn to factor. And I'm not going to make it that hard. We're just going to learn how to practice how to factor. So, x squared. 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, in order from highest to lowest, 2, 1, and a number. So draw your 2 sets of parentheses. It needs to be in that order. I just want you guys to factor for now. Don't worry about solving, okay? Factors of x squared is x and x, because x times x is x squared. Now, 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. You see how that's negative? You're going to subtract 2 numbers to get negative 3, but they need to, you're going to multiply 2 numbers to get negative 3, but they need to subtract to get a positive 2x. So let's see, what are some factors of 3? Now, if you don't know, you can go to your y equal. Let me clear that out and put 3 divided by this x right here. Okay? And go to your table. See where it says error? Go under the error. So what numbers multiplied to give you 3? 1 and 3. Notice how that's a decimal. Ignore that one. See how that's a 3, 1. Do you see how this is just a reflection of the other one? You can stop right there. Okay? So, what 2 numbers multiplied to give you 3? 1 and 3. But I want to subtract to get 2. So see, if this is positive, the bigger number is positive, and that one's negative. If this was negative, the bigger number would be negative, and the little one's positive. So negative 1 plus 3. This is all I want from you guys right now. Okay? That's the answer. If you were to work backward, see how you just did that earlier today? In the above numbers? This is what you get. And then when you combine them, you see how these are alike? So now you're going to go backward. And that backward is called factoring. Number 16. Okay? Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. Highest to lowest. 2 sets of parentheses. Factors of x squared, x and x. 1 times 3 is positive 3. Notice this is positive. You're going to add two numbers, and when you add them, you're going to get a positive 4x. All right, that's what you're trying to find. So what are my two numbers? 1 and 3. You see how this is plus? Both of these has to be plus. So plus 1, plus 3. That's it. So when you add, you're either going to have two positives or two negative, depending on what this is. So we're going to use two positives here. When you subtract, you will have 1 plus and 1 minus every time. Okay? Number 17. Two sets of parentheses. 1, 2, 3 highest to low factors of x squared is x and x. 1 times 20 is positive 20. And I wanted to get 9x. So this is adding. This is minus. So both of these has to be a minus. All right. So what two numbers? So let's see. Go to y equal. Clear that. 20 divide by x. Second table. So I have 1 and 20. 2 and 10. Ignore the decimal. 4 and 5. And then 5 and 4. See how that's a repeat? Stop right there. So which two of these is going to add to give you 9? Both of these. So it's going to be 4 and 5. For me to get negative 9, both of these guys has to be a negative. So negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. Does two things. Okay. Number 18. On 18, this here is the same as x squared plus 0x minus 1. All right? So what do? There's your three terms. Two sets of parentheses, x and x. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Now, I want two numbers that multiply to give me negative 1, and it's going to subtract, which would mean 1's plus, 1's minus, to get 0. So what numbers multiply to give you that? 1. 1 and 1. 1's plus, 1's minus. And it doesn't matter which order you put them in, okay? You could even do this. X minus 1, x plus 1. These are exactly the same answers. And there's your review for page 2.